Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In a world full of idiots, two men stand out among the rest. Those men are part of a special division known as the Special Dummies Unit. These are their stories. Here we go again. And I didn't even look at you when you walked in. What? Here's Fred James.
What's up, everybody?
Oh my God. What the hell? What is on your face?
I don't know. It's
You put them on.
It's my new look.
Hey, at least they match your jersey.
Yeah, they match. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Blue Nation in the house.
Oh my Lord. Blue. What the hell?
What's up? What's up, Troy?
Oh, good God. Garion is running behind, so we are being weird. KT's supposed to be in here in a little bit. He was having some issues connecting a while ago. But so we'll just start off with this.
Hey, what? Okay.
So yeah, there we go. You know, Garion is here in spirit. Oh Lord.
Yeah, Aaron.
I don't. Where did you get those glasses from, man?
I think somebody gave them to me.
They don't even reach your ears.
I know, right?
Yeah, big old melon head. Oh my Lord. Oh Lord. So, welcome to episode 12. What's that smell? Because I think Fred farted when he came in here. I swear I heard.
No, I think it's in David's beard. That's what smells.
In my beard.
Yeah, his beard.
I wash my beard. Thank you very much. You psychopath. Good Lord. And Will is already fired up in the comments section. What's he wanting you to say, Fred?
I don't know. What you want me to say, Will?
Oh God. This is gonna be horrible. Go ahead. What the? I hide the souls of orphan children.
Yeah.
You know, I could take that as an insult because knowing you, I kind of know what you mean by that. I'm not going to acknowledge what I think you actually mean by that because that's inappropriate, you psychopath. All right, that's what he wants you to say.
Nope, I ain't saying that. Whoa, no, Cody.
Go ahead.
I can't say that on here.
This is what Cody wants Fred to say. But, you know. Well, come on, you got to, man. You got to.
I'm Rick James. Blotch.
Well, it looks like one of my esteemed colleagues has decided to grace us with their presence.
It's New York Knicks, Jeremy Lin.
Oh, wait. Before we bring him up, I remember this night. Fred about beat the crap out of Will, and it was hilarious. All right, here comes this guy.
Whoa, what's up?
Are we working better? Is it no lag this time?
I don't know. You tell me.
All right, you answered me very fast, so I think we're good now.
I think it might have been because I had a video render, so that might have been what it was. But what's up, man?
Mark said that Fred's goggles are cool. They're actually glasses, kids' glasses with no lenses. Because he's weird. Oh, good Lord.
Fred looked like he about to go Pokemon hunting.
Yeah, Pokemon.
Oh, Lord. You got to watch Fred because, as according to Will, Fred's a shooter. So, and in a wrestling sense, not in a boom, boom, bang, bang sense. So, you know, yeah, you gotta watch your wordage there because you don't need to get banned off of Facebook.
Yeah. I posted a question asking if anybody had a weight bench for sale, and I got flagged for going against community standards.
You seen that one that Jay Strong did? All he said was, "Good morning, everybody. Say it back," and he got flagged. Like, what in the world? Oh, good Lord.
Give Fred a 3-piece in a bit, he would die. That man was going to
Oh, Lord. Zuckerberg can't do anything to me. Right here. That's what KT was talking about. So, oh, Lord. KT, tell me about tomorrow. What y'all got going on?
Man,
not tomorrow. Saturday, I mean.
Yeah, Saturday night, man. Seven Hills High School. It's not my show. I'm just on it. It's Main Event Mania at Seven Hills High School. It's basically like a benefit show that's gonna, from what I hear, the money is supposed to be going towards helping out with the relief from the tornado relief fund out here. From what I'm hearing, man, and the buzz around the city is gonna be really, really good. Myself, a few others from the area, a few from outside the area are gonna be dope. It's gonna be a dope event. And my match is me versus Walker 13, formerly Walker Hayes. So
that's what he's going by now?
Yep. So I get to get in there and mix it up with him, and we're gonna put on for the school and have a good time, man, and raise some money for the city.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, you and Walker, that's gonna be interesting. I love Walker. I love that big son of a bitch. But, hey, we got somebody else here.
Hello.
And it automatically put him on the white side. I mean, over there. So anyway, Troy, I seen your comment, man. We got kind of a lot of people. Last time it was kind of a cluster with all of us on it. So let's do it another time on that, man. We ain't got so many people on here.
What?
No issue, nothing like
Dead
that.
and loving it. What are you talking about?
What?
What?
He's talking about underneath your name. Fred,
I don't know. I didn't put that.
Fred just mad because he can't get a name scrolling under his thing because he's just an extra camera. He's not an actual person.
Fred don't want people to know, but he's really the ghost of Sparta.
What?
Fred doesn't want people to know, but he's really the ghost of Sparta.
Sparta. Okay, is that some anime reference?
Actually, no.
That's God
I never know with you guys.
That's what makes the references great, man.
God of War.
Yep.
Oh God, there it is.
I thought that dude was Kratos.
Yeah, but that's like one of his nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. No, okay. I never played the game, but I know what it is. At least on that part. At least I actually got some knowledge of what the hell y'all are talking about. Gary, what's that smell?
Curdled cheese, probably.
I don't know what's more disturbing, the fact that you can smell him through the computer or the fact that he can identify and tell you what the smell is. That means,
Man,
Oh Lord!
somebody.
Zuckerberg's been working on smell-o-vision.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, this is StreamYard, so it's on multiple platforms. So there's no telling what it might be doing and all. But
It's still
oh
Zuckerberg's.
Lord. All right, y'all
Really?
two always come up with cool shit to talk about. So come on, you geeks.
All right. If you had your right hand lopped off,
you better try to keep it clean.
oh, it's gonna
today.
be clean. It's gonna be clean. I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be intelligent, but it'll be clean. So if your right hand was lopped off, what would you replace it with?
What the hell?
Yeah. So your right hand.
Right
No,
hand?
your non-dominant hand. Let's say that your non-dominant hand gets lopped off, and you have to replace it with something other than like a hand. What would you replace it with?
Dude, of course, I'm going hook. I'm going to be a pirate, man. Arr, me bucko. Avasti, mateys. I choked myself up. How the hell did you... Where does that even come from?
You've never thought about having like a crazy like sword hand or like a hand that's like a whisk. So if you got eggs that need to be beat, you already have it. You got a whisk right there.
All right, so we got several people saying chainsaw, but then KT, you would appreciate that one.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Fred, answer his question.
I'm not answering that question because
Why?
I'm gonna.
It's not perverted. It's not like you asked.
No, I'm talking
replace
about
it
what
with a ringer.
I'm talking about what Heisman said.
No, I'm talking about Gary's question,
Oh.
you dumbass.
Me, I would want a sword.
Yeah, there you go.
So you can cut your other hand off?
I'm gonna cut it
That's-
off.
Gary, and you have not even referenced Fred's glasses.
Yeah. I thought we weren't allowed to talk about it. I thought it was like
No, there's not even any lenses in
There's
it.
no
Hey,
leaves
man.
in her.
Fred just trying to take care of his astigmatism.
I got me crying over here.
so it's like a Drew Carey thing. Like they're not even really real. You're just doing it for
Yeah.
appearance.
He just did it to match his jersey.
Yeah, I meant
So yeah. Oh, Lord have mercy. KT, you always got cool shit to talk about. Where are y'all at today? I did not come prepared because I knew both of y'all would be here.
Man, I've been dealing with internet outages all day. Man, my brain is wrecked right now.
No, I get it. I've been pretty busy myself. One of my helpers has been out, so I've been like receptionist and salesperson, shipping and receiving, and whatever else they need me to do. It sucked. This week it sucked. So I almost was like, I don't even know if I want to do this. I think I just want to go home and take a nap. Oh, Fred, say something.
Hello?
Hello doesn't sound like something, Fred.
I get. Yeah, well,
We're gonna
whatever.
shop at Walmart.
I forgot y'all can still hear him.
All right. So, what's the largest bug you've ever seen?
That's a good question.
It is?
I've seen one here. I've seen one a couple of days ago.
Did it crawl out of your butt?
It scared me. No, it scared me. It was black and blue. I don't know what it was. All I know, it was on my head, and I was screaming in the yard. Nobody didn't hear me.
It's because we actually
Did
work.
it look like this?
You lucky. We all live because I would tell you about this.
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. He just tell you that he's going to tell you.
Remember,
Yeah, you just told me you want.
remember,
You
I'm
just
just
told me
gonna
you want to
leave-
buy one of my T-shirts.
Oh! Oh! Why you gotta go there?
Oh man, it's all a good gesture, Fred. If I didn't like you, I wouldn't make fun of you, man.
Fred is like
KT.
the ultimate guy that everybody always wants to like get heat off of. They're like, oh, I know it will make the crowd hate me. I'll beat up Fred James.
Hey, dude, that's the easiest
Does work.
way.
Yeah, it
You
does work.
know.
Yeah.
For
Oh,
the
but
longest.
let somebody who ain't in the group mess with them know. Oh, it's a rap. They did.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It was at one point, earlier on, I straight up told everybody, man, the only way I was ever going to be able to be healed is if I beat up Fred. I was wrong about that because, beating up Deadly Dale kind of helped that at that point. And then I took off the mask and everybody's like, well, you just look like an asshole. Okay, well, let's just stay with that,
Speaking of Dale.
Asshole, right? Yeah. I seen he's going to be in Newport this weekend wrestling.
Yeah, they got a show. I think no Sleazy's wrestling.
Mr. Young
guy.
Yeah,
Mr.
Young
guy.
Yonko. Where the hell did that name come from?
That does sound like a clown that would show up at a party unannounced with like bloodstains on his hands.
Country bro.
Oh, thank you very much, Mark.
Yeah, it was good. I got to see it live.
Okay, Garion, I got something. What is your worst fear?
We were talking about wrestling for once.
I will get back to wrestling.
Go away from that?
No, we're going to get back to wrestling in a second. All right. What's your worst fear?
Let's see. I keep having this dream where I didn't graduate high school and I have to go back to high school. That would
scary.
suck.
That's scary.
That's probably not my actual worst fear, but I do keep having that dream.
What's your name, Billy? And then
Remember that spelling bee you won? ROK? It's just like, yeah. ROCK. And then he dances to I'll Tumble For You.
Here you go.
Here's a question. If you can help me dream match.
Have a dream match. Heinzman does the text to speak, and he's like, most of the time.
All right, KT, go ahead. I'm going to let you answer that one first.
What question?
Dream match.
Dream match. I got 2. Possibly 3. Minoru Suzuki. Of course, Joe. And this is gonna sound weird. If I could get in the ring with like a prime Rob Van Dam.
That's not
bad. That would.
So basically, I guess the idea here is that a pick that is realistic and a pick that isn't technically possible. I guess is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
David, you got some in mind?
No, you go ahead.
I have to think. Honestly, weirdly enough, out of like in terms of like the one that isn't possible, although this guy isn't like dead or anything, he's just retired. I really, really would like a match against Finley. I think that would be like in my wheelhouse of stuff that I think would bring out the best of what I do. And then in terms of
probably dislocate every joint you got in your body.
Yeah, I would definitely have a smashed face by the end of that. Like every time him and Regal locked up, they would end up with like stitches and one of them had to go to the hospital and shit.
Right.
For a realistic opponent, there's a lot in mind, but honestly, I'm probably going to say Kevin Owens would be my dream match in terms of people who are still, out there working and whatnot.
Somebody jamming.
Text messages came through.
Okay, David, your turn.
It's that chick you blew off earlier, KT.
Man, I almost said F her, but F her.
Ooh,
Oh, thank you, Cody.
that's interesting.
You're never gonna get it though. I'm always gonna deck you.
Match ever. Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Billy Robinson, CM Punk, El Santo,
Ooh.
and Jumbo.
Jumbo, who is Jumbo?
See-
oh,
Jumbo.
okay.
Jumbo Sorta. Yeah. See, that upsets me. Yeah, that upsets me because I knew Will's answer was gonna be a lot better than mine. Of course, he's picking like some of the absolute best in their fields, and CM Punk.
It
Um,
honestly surprises me. I caught that. It honestly surprised me to not see Regal in that, though.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I mean, I honestly, that to me, I would like fantasy booking wise, I would love to see that. I guess it's just because he get it there with Regal. Regal like, you ripped off all my shit, boy.
Hey, can I throw in an honorable mention though?
Yeah.
I would love to work Walter.
Ooh.
Oh God, bless America.
I be half dead in the morning and can't take a shower from the electricity chopped up.
Right.
But
all right, David, what's your answers?
Honestly, like dream match that will never happen. I mean, 100% would be Taker. I mean, that's my all-time favorite. Realistic that somebody that's still working, but not really realistically. Y'all know the type of characters I'm drawn to. Bray Wyatt, man, I would love to just pick his mind if anything. Truly realistically, I don't know. Whatever the hell I get told to do. I mean, honestly, I don't have a good answer though.
No, I think those are good answers.
mm-hmm.
Fred, what's your dream match?
answer is Gary and Tier because he keeps running away from me and canceling bookings.
Aaron said Austin Lane.
Hey, I'm on a
that's
streak
it.
right now.
That's it right there. I'm calling out Austin Lane again. Austin Lane, quit running from me, boy. I'm coming for you, dude. I said, dude. I said, dude. I said, dude.
Ooh, KT versus Big E.
That'll be dope.
Yeah.
There you go. Modern dream matches: Robert Martyr, Colt Cabana, yeah. Tim Thatcher, Shibata, and Santino.
Dude, Tim
Yeah.
almost said Tim Thatcher. Tim Thatcher is maybe he's a really nice guy in real life. He genuinely scares the hell out of me.
Yes, he is genuinely. Yeah, like he ain't even a spooky gimmick, and I'm scared shitless of him.
Yeah.
He looked like he survived the real telling of Gangs of New York in teleported to our time.
Oh man, yeah, definitely.
I got one to throw in there. I would say Eddie Kingston is another one for me. If were that to ever be possible.
Man, Eddie is surprisingly tall.
Yeah, that's the thing. He would be way friggin' bigger than me. Of course, most dudes would be like, and that's the thing. Like a lot of guys my size wrestle way faster than I do. So I do think it would be like a good, because like a lot of like when I wrestle faster wrestlers, it tends to work out well. Like Dreshawn Prince is a good example of somebody who works a different style than me, but it meshes well. Yeah, Eddie does still work the Indies. Somebody pay Eddie Kingston to come out here and back this
You got to look into that, man. He gonna be out for a while because he's about to have hernia surgery.
Oh
yeah, I saw that.
Well, saying like I actually got one of mine last year. I really wish, honestly, I wish I could have made more of it, but my fat ass was just not able to keep up with a guy old as hell compared to me. And oh hell no! say Jerry Rutherford. I would die.
If,
I
if we
would
can,
die.
if we can bring somebody back to have a match against, it would definitely be Brody Lee.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mark, be quiet.
Brody Lee was like Luke Harper when he first popped on, I was Fred's not allowed to talk. I was instantly drawn to him. And so I ended up I'd never heard of him. I went back and watched a lot of his indie stuff and all like that. Man, a big guy that can move like that, I'm sold big time.
Like it's surprising, it's crazy. We had a conversation at work today about like ladder matches, and of course everybody said, "Oh, Sean and Razor and blah blah blah." No, Luke Harper and Dolph Ziggler, like their ladder match is heavily slept on.
Yeah,
that's one of Ziggler's best matches, easily.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, easily. Well, and like I said, freaking Brody Lee could work with anybody. Like one of an underrated match that really didn't get a whole lot of praise because of how it was done. Brody Lee and old Dijak.
Oh yeah.
The
Worlds Collide.
Yeah. Man, they murdered each other on that.
Dude,
what we got here?
Brody has one of for me one of the best Randy Orton matches.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Because he takes Randy Orton so far out of Orton's like normal stuff, and I don't know if that's Joey. Dude,
Joey Terry.
Hey, take out John Bobber and swap him for Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh man, that dude was underrated as hell. Big guy that can move like that.
The Bam Bam, like if we ever get to do if I ever find myself in a position where I could have a some sort of feud with KT, the Bam Bam Taz feud is the blueprint for that. Only I am a smaller Bam Bam and he is a larger Taz.
Hey, we got to do that, man. We got to find a way to rig the ring some kind of way,
dude. Or look at the old AWO ring. I've already broken that once.
Or just do like they did at ECW, cut a big hole and say, "Hey, don't go over there."
There we go. Let the rest of them figure it out.
With the whole pay-per-view working the left side of the ring to stay away from that hole.
Well, it's kind of like the same scenario when Mr. Perfect took a crap under the ring. Most of the rest of the show was on the other side.
Yep.
You ever hear that story?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Which I'll be honest with you, if I was stuck sitting under the ring waiting for my time and I got to take a crap, well, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna lose a sock in the process too. But yeah. Will's posted Gary in dream matches.
Terry Funk, Bob Backlund, Kyle O'Reilly, Mil Mascaras, and Bobby Eaton. Bobby Eaton's one I've never thought about. That would be, but seriously, all of those guys are 800 times better than me. I would just feel like so out of my depth. But
all right, you're gonna have to lead this, and I ain't gonna be able to do nothing. Just beat my ass the whole time.
It does upset me that like you never hear Terry Funk honestly, if anybody's talking about like top 10 of all times or just best of all time, you don't hear Terry Funk enough. And I think that's just because he hasn't really he wasn't like a major WWE guy. And by the time he was in WCW, they pretty much booked him like a joke. But oh man, if you want to watch the best, in my opinion, the best seller in professional wrestling, it's Terry Funk.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's what I tell people that ask me for advice on like selling and stuff. I like watch Terry Funk. Nobody did it. Nobody sold better than him.
Man, if you want a real lesson on crowd control, this is gonna sound funny. It's Tracy Smothers when he was dressed as 13. He did an indie show in a conquistador outfit from head to toe named 13. And every time he would hit a move, he would go up and throw up 13, and the whole crowd was shedding it. And nobody knew it was him until he took the mask off at the end of the match.
Huh. That's Ricky Morton.
Yeah.
I won't dispute that. I will not dispute that.
Hey, Cactus Jack beat up Ricky Morton, and he was reaching to the crowd yelling, "Help me! Help me!"
Yeah.
Black
He
is Jack.
basically, I think he told Josh one time, about selling. He was like, "How long? How long do I sell?" And he was like, "Until they come get me."
Hey, speaking of Black the Jack, I would love to see him and Cody, him and Grayson Beckett. That'll be a dope.
Yeah, definitely.
13. Yep, that's it. 13 versus Larry Sweeney.
What's up, Brandon? Mine would be Cena and Hornswoggle.
What the crap?
That's an interesting mix of people there.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, Hornswoggle. Cena runs circles around me. And Hornswoggle will bite my toe.
Y'all about the same height.
Cena won't run circles around you. He'll just lay in the middle of the ring and yell at you to tell you what you do.
I wish I had the money. I would like tell somebody to book Hornswoggle. I will get in there with it.
Orton's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
He's so fluid with everything.
Yeah.
I think he kind of gets. I think he kind of gets slept on a little bit just because a good part of his career, and this isn't. This sounds like a knock against him, but it really isn't. He played it safe a lot of his career just because he liked to work things that he knew worked, and didn't like to go outside of that because he knew what worked and what got responses. But every once in a while, you could clearly see the dude just take the shackles off and do something nuts, like we were talking about.
Yeah, he was in there with the right person.
Christian, I think, is a great example of like a
him
feud that
and Sheamus too.
Yeah,
he straight up said Sheamus was the reason why he started having fun again for a while there.
John Cena, Hiroto, Blue Demon, and Mark Henry. Dude,
Henry would hurt me.
Hall of Pain Mark Henry is underrated.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Easily.
I don't know about Tao. I don't know about that one. If I was going to go into that realm overseas and all, have to bring him back from the dead and all like that. But Misawa is one of my all-time favorites. Thanks to Mr. Will, who introduced me to a lot of that stuff. The series about the 4 pillars.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I really started following.
What did you say? The series about
the who? I did not know about
I said the 4 pillars.
There you go.
4 pillars.
Like honestly, a lot of people. All right, so y'all know the shorts that I wear, right? A lot of people thought that I had them patterned after Joe's. No, I had them patterned after Kenta when I was introduced to him.
Yeah. And, me and you talked about that at one point.
Yeah, that would be another match I would love to have because he would kick the shit out, kick the hell out you.
That's interesting.
He would probably sacrifice me. All right, here we go.
Here's a question for y'all.
Jamie threw this out here, which I think he started the other question.
Mm-hmm.
You pick one person on the independent circuit, who would you want to work? And I think, we several said that already. I guess I would say oh wait, before we go into that, here we go. Fred James' dream matches.
No.
Nick Gage, New Jack, Haku Suzuki, and Freddie Blassie.
I would die.
You picked just the meanest people that have ever been in wrestling.
I think that's the point. There is no way in hell I would ever be able to get in the ring with New Jack. I wouldn't want to die.
Who is that guy in Mexico that threw the cinder block at a dude's head? Wrestle him.
I remember that.
I remember that too. Wasn't he the same one that gotten some shit for legitimately trying to shoot on a woman?
I think so.
That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that's he seems to have a track record of horrible decisions.
All right, so we'll go with like current wrestling indie circuit. Gary, and go.
Oh, why did I have to go first? So I'm trying to kind of like gauge Because the thing is, I just have so many blind spots. Now, I will say, one person I have been interested in working in. It hasn't been announced yet, so I won't say who. But I'm apparently getting an opportunity to get somebody that I've been interested in working in the near future. So when that gets announced, I'll be able to elaborate more on that. Oh hell! If somebody else has got one in mind, go ahead because I got to think for a second.
We'll pop this up.
See, Robert Martyr is one.
Skinner.
Robert Martyr is one I'm going to have to educate myself on. I don't know him very well.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've heard the name. I don't know exactly who he is. KT?
The first name that come to mind is Calvin Tankman.
That's Hankman? Yeah.
You got him, Alex Kane.
Damn, yeah.
Oh, Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess technically he is still considered indie.
Apparently, WWE and their hiring freeze kind of best technical wrestler in the Indies.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Arkansas's got William Blackwell.
No, dude, that's why I'm almost scared to mention Will as one of my trainers, because then people are like, "Oh, so you're a good technical wrestler?" I'm like, "Hey."
So he said,
Soul Taker.
It depends on which Soul Taker you're talking about. If it's the one that looks like a big black Undertaker, but he uses a different name sometimes that I am not going to say. I've heard, several people say it, that they would love to see that. I've watched a few things from him. I don't know a whole lot about him other than he is a giant black Undertaker.
The neighbor taker.
Neighbor Taker?
Yeah.
Ninja Taker.
The neighbor
Ninja. Oh, Lord. Garen, you really hadn't popped out anything, though.
What do you mean?
What's up, Richard?
Your indie guys you want to work. You said there was one okay, he said, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I'm out of Michigan, yeah. He said, yeah, that's the guy. You said there was one you couldn't talk about because it hadn't been announced, but you hadn't put anything else out there.
Let's see. I really I keep coming up with smart ass answers instead of real ones. Damn it. Luigi, hey, there's a lot of guys like that are like great characters, and I think it would be fun to Reggie Lincoln. That's another blind spot. See, that's the thing
he's out. Reggie's out of Texas.
Okay, so that's actually pretty doable then.
Oh yeah.
That was rough.
Are you good?
Yeah, I got it back in there. There's a lot of people around me that I've got, and this will sound like, I'm just trying to pop people that I know, but there's a lot of folks that I travel with or I've been on shows frequently with that I haven't gotten a solid singles match with, or in front of people or what have you. Like David and I have never actually had a singles match. I've wrestled an alter ego of his, but and we've wrestled each other in tag matches, and we've even had a triple threat that involves somebody else, but never a singles match.
It was Calculon.
No, it was Miracle. Remember at the Rumors Bar show?
I do remember it.
We were short on people. And so I'm talking about like silver mask. I had fake tattoo sleeves. I just farted and it smells. I had on a 3 or 4X Mr. Rogers shirt.
I remember that.
I had some Nickelodeon shorts. It's like sleep shorts and some like LeBron James shoes I got out of a thrift store. One of them didn't have a shoelace. The other one was spray painted. and yeah, I was Miracle the Magic Man.
Yep, I retired him.
Yeah.
What's up,
Uh,
PJ?
I've never worked tumor over here in a singles match. It's the singles match we had was just like a training thing. And then outside of that, it's been a handful of tag matches like at the beginning of our careers. So where we are at right now, I think would be a lot of fun. If it got booked in Memphis, I imagine he'd just kick the shit out of me in like 1 minute.
Oh, Lord Cedric.
But yeah, yeah. Well, like me personally, mainly just not, and it had nothing to do with anything other than guys that I've been around my entire career, and I have never been able to work one-on-one. Austin Lane, I'm calling you out, boy. Austin is one of them. Austin was at the first show I was on, and then previous to that, I would have said, Bruce McGowan, but me and him have worked multiple times now. So, but yeah, Austin, John Allen, Action Jackson. Never, I tagged with him and Austin one time when they had the infamous connection at ASWF. It was Josh Cross, Kid Crazy, and I'm blanking, Seth Saber. And I got to be in a 6-man tag with them, but I've never got to work with either one of them one-on-one. So I need to make that happen. I'd really love to finally get my match with Big Boss, because we had a real long storyline and all like that, and then he ended up having to move off before we got to finish it up. Shut up, Will.
So many about.
But yeah, like locally,
Sharpshooter.
Those are some of the guys I'd really like to work with. Just even if it's just a one-off thing, just so I could mark it off my checklist. You know what I mean?
I'll throw this in here.
Remember,
haven't
that's
worked
quite a few guys in the first match.
I'd like to work Grayson Beckett. I haven't gotten any singles with him. And
Really?
One tag match, which was it was one of those kind of like combined two feuds type of tag matches. And that's it. Brian and myself were supposed to feud with FGA, and then he broke his ankle. And that's where the Fred storyline started. So that was that didn't happen as a result of that.
Technically, that happened.
Yeah, technically. That did happen. Rumble, wasn't it?
That was a cool face-off too. That was
it was
some good pictures there, I'm sure. Or not, I'm sure I saw them.
I bet you was nervous the whole day.
Oh Lord,
I'm nervous every day.
Wow.
Cedric keeps popping in. He wants to whoop you, Gary. Hey, you know
can't
what?
handle the smoke.
You can't handle it because you know what?
You slammed Cedric.
I slammed Cedric.
You also slammed Thorne last week, and he whispered sweet nothings to you right as you were doing
God. All right, so anybody that follows OCW stuff, my guys, turned on me a few weeks back, and Matt Wade said Fred looked like a fake Spike Lee.
Oh,
dude,
anyway.
That's what it was. I've been here trying to figure it out the whole time. You look like Spike Lee at a Knicks game.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll pop it up there so everybody can see.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
So last week, myself and Bruce started tagging, and later on, yeah, Will, you're right.
What's kayfabe?
Yeah.
What's a baby face?
Spike Lee.
Psych.
Anyway, Will, that died a long time ago in this thing. So we're just it's straight shoot. This ain't no character work. Because trust me, I'm not in psycho or trying to get people to join my cult. Uh, anyway. No. After Thorne's match, I'm down creeped in the corner at the side of the ring, and Gary spots me. He's like, "Nope," and takes off. I get in the ring. Thorne turns around. I hit him a few times. I go to pick him up to slam him, and all I hear is, "Daddy, no!" I got him right here going, "Ah, shit." Oh, Will, you have broken the cardinal rule. You are a liar, sir. Cataclysm died. He ran away to New Mexico.
Hey, we talking about Cataclysm. We got to talk about this one guy we met years ago named Paul Stevens. So, Paul
I
Stevens,
can't believe we've not talked about Paul Stevens on here before.
Paul Stevens, man, he had the Hogwarts jacket, man, that was clean. It was clean. I was just walking down the street, man, and looked up in the random building window, and he was just standing there looking. Paul Stevens, man. 4 pounds, 4 more years.
Oh no, this is legit true right here. I did. I would pull over like before we even got to the building and put my mask on. So Paul Stevens is God. But Will hates all of us.
You're just not a disciple.
Oh man.
You didn't receive the message.
All right, so I'll have to relate this to a story real quick. We had a debut. I got hurt right before a show, and so a trainee filled in for me. Technically, had his first match, and he's going by Paul Jacobs. So, it was actually my job to introduce him. And right before I go out to curtain, Brian's backstage, and he goes, "Hey, call him Paul.
You gotta
Stevens.
do the voice. You gotta do the voice.
Hey, Garen, you should call him Paul Stevens." And so that's in my head the whole time. Like, I have to think, don't call him Paul Stevens. Don't call him Paul Stevens. Like, genuinely almost came out of my mouth when I introduced the kid.
Hey,
It would ruin his career.
Hey, let me ask you this, man. You find yourself quoting like classic wrestling terminology when it comes down to promos? So I was cutting a promo a few days ago, and I literally did the whole Bonesaw from Spider-Man.
5 minutes of playtime.
Hey, Pre-show, where you going? You're going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. That's 3 minutes of playtime. I did the whole promo and didn't even realize I did it until I got off the mic and was like, I really just quoted Bonesaw.
That's great.
So I did it before Kenny Omega did it, but I totally did the M. Bison speech from the live action Street Fighter movie, where he to paraphrase, he's talking to Chun-Li, and she's talking about how the most important day of her life was the day that Bison attacked her village, and he goes, that was the biggest moment of your life. For me, it was just Tuesday. And so I kind of reworked that into a promo against, I don't even quite remember who. I think it was Trayshawn Prince.
It was Drayshawn from one of the AWO matches. I remember that. I may have that on computer somewhere. If I can find my external hard drive.
Nearly every promo is just a handshake.
Will, I miss seeing your promos. I don't know if I'm just missing them or if you just haven't done as many lately. But Will, I want to see more promos from you, buddy. I like your promos.
Like, I can't believe I did it, but me and Brett cut a promo. We had a pull apart book, and I was supposed to come out and antagonize him and start the pull apart. And I can't believe I did it, but I just went blank. So I started quoting the Booty Warrior from the Boondocks. I'm like, "Wait, you got the title. I likes it and I want to. We're gonna do it the hard way." And I slapped him and we started fighting.
Oh, what a hell of a place to pull a quote. No, yeah, I get you though. Like I've totally quoted stuff without even really realizing it, and then go back and be like, was that Batman Returns that I just quote? What the hell was that?
Like I don't know if y'all remember a few years ago, it was a video about Mystical that went viral when he was doing the freestyle. He was like, "If you ever see me fighting in the forest with a grizzly bear, help the bear." When I caught that rhino, that's what I said. Just set up the mess with rhino. I was like, "You see me fighting in the forest with a grizzly bear, help the bear." Matter of fact, forget the bear. I think I want a rhino. And then that's how I called him out. So most of my was alive now. Most of the Facebook ones are commercials, basically. Yeah. Will, you do understand that typing in all caps means you're yelling at us, right?
Oh man.
Hold on. You quoted CM Punk?
Did I?
Whoa.
Did we miss something here?
Probably did.
I played this.
Hey, that was actually what I was thinking of too when I was referencing Batman Returns. I love that movie.
Who's the best promo artist in all of wrestling, past and present? Ooh, that's tough. Because
that is a tough one.
Because it's so subjective, but it's so many different parallels.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember what Aaron's talking about now.
All right, so this is the question right here.
That's a great question because I got so many.
I tell you right now, anybody, I could listen to Paul Heyman read the dictionary and be enthralled. Yeah. But if we're talking about like straight wrestling wise, well, like Mark just put on here,
Dusty, Roddy, CM Punk, some of the top. Man, I'm gonna throw one out there. I'm gonna throw one out there that I don't think people get. I don't think people really give as much credit to as much as they do the in-ring ability. Regal.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
Chandler.
Go back and watch if Grayson is on here, he's the one who reminded me of this a while back when we talked about it. Go back and watch the promos he was cutting on Dean Ambrose back in the NXT days for the promo that they was doing. He told him, he was like, "Man, you remind me so much of myself, it warms my heart that it hurts me." If you saw a man laying down on fire, you wouldn't get water to put him out. You would throw more gasoline on the fire, and I love that. But if you don't want to watch the NXT stuff, watch the promo that he did on Triple H about Eugene.
Yes, I was just about to bring that up. You would like coming out of that situation, you wouldn't think that would result in one of the best William Regal promos of all time, but no, it's serious because he even brings up the fact that he and Triple H were supposed to team at WCW and everything like that. Like, it's excellent.
When he was like, when he said something along the lines of, "Well, who do you think will put that dear boy up to that?" Well, it was me, Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
The way he called him there was like, oh snap.
Yeah.
He just turned up. If you think you want to do something, you can fight me, and I will fight you with every ounce of violent venom in my veins. Where does that come from?
Yeah.
But
it's just genuine.
But it's like, man, it's him. You got New Jack.
I really never listened to a lot of
it. He said, even New Jack said in Smoky Mountain, he said, y'all problem is y'all don't like me because I'm not out here to make friends with y'all. I'm out here to make money. You know what? I'm out here to hurt people and make my money. And shouts out to my boy OJ Simpson.
Got another one.
Keep up the good work.
Clown putting over Kevin Sullivan. And then Will, of course, throwing Bret Hart out there.
True. Man, can
Bret Hart did, okay, so was gonna. We're gonna
Oh, he about to piss Will off. He about to piss Will off.
hey,
Bret,
can we give R-Truth his flowers too?
oh, absolutely, dude is
R-Truth.
endlessly entertaining.
I love how KT just changed the subject so Will don't get mad at Gary.
Man, because I'm tired of hearing about the Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels debate. You haven't been around.
Yeah, you get Will and Carnahan around, it's gonna be a fight.
So I'll throw out two
Lord.
names because like everybody mentioned so far absolutely qualifies. Jake Roberts and Eddie Kingston are two that absolutely
Jake
belong in the
Roberts.
conversation.
Eddie Kingston, I love his promos because I mean, to me, they're legit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's you whether he is. I can't even say him and gimmick because that's just him. You know, and yeah, he legit. When he say he gonna whoop your ass, you believe he gonna whoop your ass because he gonna probably whoop your ass. You know.
Speaking of which, Steve Austin.
True.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Austin. Austin.
I like Piper, and then I like MJF. You know, those two come in mind to me. Yeah.
Like going back to Eddie Kingston, his favorite promo of my favorite promo of his is the whole "I'm tired of making stars."
Yeah. I was gonna bring that one up. You know,
I think that's what got him. I might be wrong about this. I think that's how he got noticed for the spot with Cody. Was that promo? I might be wrong about that, but I think they decided to have him answer Cody's challenge based off of that.
Hey, but can we take the time to acknowledge
that's a good one, Matthews?
What's that?
The cream of the crop promo, Macho Man Randy.
Well, Randy Savage, absolutely. That's Jake Roberts. That was one of his amazing gifts in his promos was that he would shake you to your core without raising his voice. It was something that not a lot of other people could do in wrestling, especially during that. He was doing this during the 80s when everybody was yelling.
Yeah.
So that was he's in a class of his own, honestly.
Hey, greatest promo of all time though, Umagi and Great Khali backstage.
What the
heck? Half of the time you don't even know what Great Khali's saying.
Hey, so I got a weird take on Miz, man, because Miz for me for the last 10 to 13 years is easily like the top MVP over everybody because he's easily the person that they throw in, and I kind of feel like Seth is currently in the same position, but right now he's the face version of it. But like with Miz though, I compare Miz now how I looked at Triple H from 2000 to 2004. Everybody talks about the Attitude Era and the Mount Rushmore. They always name Austin, Rock, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels, but everybody forgets that Triple H was right there in the middle, being that antagonizing heel for them to bounce and portray everything.
Oh, yeah.
And then he got hurt into his quad. But
uh-oh.
All right. So my take on that is not strictly when it was against Shawn, but Bret Hart's best promos were when he was legitimately pissed off about something, and that played into his promos. If you listen to a babyface Bret Hart promo, it sucks ass. Like pre 97 Bret Hart promos are not good. They really aren't. But yeah, whenever he was legitimately pissed off about something, he cut a hell of a promo because that was just him airing his grievances.
Yep. One person who I feel they slept on. Well, I don't want to say slept on because they was giving them an Uber push at one point in time, but I feel they dropped the ball on Monty Brown, the alpha male.
Oh yeah. Dude, I wonder what happened with that because Marcus Corvon didn't like explode, but like he just disappeared one day, and I'd never heard what the deal was.
Yeah, he had if I'm remembering correctly, it was something about a family situation. He stopped wrestling to go home to take care of family. I can't remember if I know it was either him or Elijah Burke, D'Angelo De Niro. Both of them had similar situations, but I can't remember which one. One of them's brother got paralyzed and he left, and then the other one disappeared and donated a kidney. But I can't.
I think Monty Brown was the one that the paralyzed thing. I believe. Yeah, I think he left to take care of family. I believe that's what I remember.
But you see him now; he's still jacked as hell.
Brett, what?
So yeah, Brett had a guest spot in Lonesome Dove. It's weird seeing him in Cowboy Duds.
Hey, can we also acknowledge the best ever backstage fight that was recorded was Roddy Piper and Keith David.
Do what?
Oh, Keith David. Okay. And
I'm out of the loop. What was it?
What was the name of that movie? They Live or something like that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's been so long since I've seen that. I gotta watch it again.
That whole fight was a backstage wrestling fight.
It was choreographed like one too. Apparently, Roddy like choreographed it exactly. And didn't they recreate that fight in South Park with Timmy and Jimmy?
Timmy and Jimmy.
Is that where they got that from?
Yeah.
It's an exact recreation of the late They Live fight.
Shot for shot.
I didn't realize that. Okay, now I know why I like that so much. Because I laughed so damn hard on that episode.
Cripple fight.
And the fight is over Piper trying to make Keith David wear glasses. It's like the silliest premise for a fight, and they beat the shit out of each other over it.
Yeah, like I said, it's been so long since I've watched it. You know how I am with my memory. I can't remember shit half the time.
Hey man, if you ever want to throw something on one night, just have it on, man. That's a really good movie. Like even outside of the premise that it stars Roddy Piper, it's an entertaining movie. But it's elevated by his charisma, and it's weird that he's in it, considering like the message that the movie's trying to get across. But it works. It really does.
Yeah, they did a tweak on that on American Dad not too long ago. With what happened to wear the glasses and see the trick.
Oh yeah,
I think it was American Dad.
Oh man, Nick, we are not going. No, I will find you, Nick. I will find.
Nick, I know what he's talking about. That's terrible. That is terrible. No, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
I will find you. Nick, I have a particular set of skills.
Oh Lord, Fred over laughing. Hell know why the hell this is so funny, but
oh my god.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go into that.
I forgot about Lance Storm.
Lance Storm and D'Lo Brown.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I love D'Lo.
D'Lo was underrated in every aspect. I feel, you know.
I love his finisher. What's he call it?
The lowdown.
Yeah.
Or Sky High.
You had the Sky High.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his last WWE run, he started doing like a low clothesline that he called Sudden Impact. That looked pretty cool.
His Japan run right before he came back was dope. And then when he came back, I popped and I was like, "What the hell?" And then they had him in an interesting feud with Santino and Beth Phoenix.
Yeah.
And then 2 months later, he was gone.
I tell you, somebody that's kind of in a similar position in their career right now is Shelton Benjamin. I really feel like it's cool that he's employed and he's getting money and everything like that. Like, it's not because I know there's definitely that argument of every time somebody's not in the position people think they should be in, it's, they're upset.
Yeah, because you can't push everybody.
Exactly.
But you can make it make sense.
I would love to see like like a make it or break it. This is your career main event run for Shelton Benjamin. I would
It
love
would.
I
that.
swear to God, I thought I heard you say naked.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Yeah,
Hey, that would be dope. What's crazy? It's crazy you said that.
I like JBL.
True. It's crazy you said that, and it's kind of a weird transition, but I just made a post about that because I just had a conversation with somebody, and they were like, "Oh, I love such and such before they went to WWE. Now they're not doing nothing, and they're wasting their career. They're getting paid to do what they want to do, bro.
Yeah.
Like they have a secure job.
hold on just a second. Hey, PJ, I saw your comment earlier and all like that. That stuff we'll talk about outside of here, man. All right. Anyway, go ahead.
But it's like I get we all have our favorites that we want to see succeed and everything, but like if they get a job and then they decide to slow down, because what a lot of people don't realize, man, some people well before it is how it is now. A lot of these guys were working 10 to 15 years before WWE even gave them a chance.
Yeah, they put a lot of mileage on their bodies already.
Their bodies are beat down, so they get in there and they're able to secure their spot and get a check. They're good. Like perfect example, Shinsuke.
Yeah.
That's old school one. Barry Horowitz.
Yep.
Oh,
Barry Horowitz was very talented, but he knew his job, and that was to make the stars. You know.
Norman Smiley's another one. That's a guy that can probably out wrestle 90% of the roster.
One person that I always compared to Norman Smiley, but was still over to a sense. He was like the go-to for certain things. Was Elite Skipper.
I remember him. I used to love watching him and Christopher Daniels.
Triple X.
Yeah,
his stuff in WCW was super dope too, though.
Oh yeah. When they had what was it, the junior heavyweight tag division and all that stuff. Yeah.
What was the name? What was the name? What was the name of the character that Dave Chappelle, the crackhead character?
Tyrone Biggums.
So somebody said that Elix Skipper looked like Tyrone Biggums, and it ruined him for me.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, have mercy!
Oh man, I can see him walking to the ring now. I'm here for the 5 o'clock free crack giveaway.
You got any more of those cage walks?
We found you. You stole my car, and they found you around the corner. Sleep, high crack. That's a loud winder. Because if I'm high crack, how I'm gonna be sleep? Y'all don't know who else. Exactly. Prime time did.
Barry Horse called Sean Dean a jobber.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Dude, that freaked me out when I watched it. Oh Lord.
No, that cage walk Hurricanrana is honestly
That's scary.
Like top 10 wrestling spots ever. Genuinely for me.
Yeah.
Like it's up there with like Foley getting thrown off Hell in the Cell and stuff in that neighborhood of stuff.
Yeah. I didn't hate they didn't get the exposure that a lot of the other stuff. I mean, it still got a lot of exposure, but if it'd been on like WWE, WCW, something like that, it would have really got. I mean, it'd be in the top 10 of most stuff.
True.
If it had more exposure to it, but that was like pretty much when TNA was in its infancy. Still trying to
very early days.
out.
Yeah, it's like Steel Asylum Wednesday night pay-per-view days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember when I'd get to watch it on Fox Sports Southwest. When my dad finally got a Prime Star satellite.
Yeah, you could gauge like how early TNA is because like there's some like the early bits where they had the strippers in the cages on the side, and that's totally a Vince Russo idea, obviously. And the what was who were the two Nazi brothers? The Harris brothers, the Harris twins. Whenever they're working it, they're legit.
Yeah,
they have like SS tattoos, like they're legit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how far back you go back to that, and you're like, this is the early days of TNA.
Like fun fact, in one of those cages was a young Alexis Leray who grew to be Mickey James.
Yep. And she was part of a group under Raven.
That's
Yep.
right. Yeah.
With CM Punk of all
Yep.
people. Was it like was Serotonin? Was that it, or was that later?
I think that's
on?
after that.
Yeah, that's happened.
Okay.
Because
can't
Serotonin
remember
didn't really have anybody in it except Kazarian. The other guys were like, it was like Jimmy Rave, like not knocking him, but like guys that didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
I did like Raven. Raven was good.
Oh, Raven. Yeah, we talk about promos and all. That's a guy that I think the only reason why he doesn't get brought up as much as others is, again, exposure, because his best stuff was in ECW and it had the hardcore following, but it wasn't as widespread. And when he got to WWE, he kind of got toned down,
I'll give you this. He is in one of the, so I think something I've been thinking about a lot lately is the art of the short match, like 7 minutes and less. Just because I think a lot of
that's a long match for me.
For a lot of guys, though, dude, like it's even people who don't have like great cardio or don't necessarily wrestle fast easily do 15 minutes because a lot of they slam a guy and walk around the ring, and it could easily hit 15 minutes. So I think there's something special about not get your shit in kind of stuff, but being able to have that shorter match and still hit connect with the audience, get across the point that you're trying to get across. And so in that vein, and I don't sing the praises of this particular person very often because I don't like them very much as a performer or a person, but Goldberg versus Raven. Goldberg's what I'm talking about. Goldberg versus Raven is one of the best 5-minute matches ever. It is so good.
It was so much crammed in. You talking about for the U.S. title?
Yeah, exactly.
Into it. They even get the crowd involved, whether the crowd were plants or not. They even made it look like the crowd was involved. Raven tried to escape through the crowd, and the crowd picked him up and brought him back.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole time Raven is out in the crowd, Goldberg is in the ring just running through the flock.
Okay, Chandler, I'm gonna say Shawn Michaels, Undertaker.
He said WrestleMania, not match.
WrestleMania. Okay, well,
my memory is garbage, so I can't participate.
Oh man,
that's the problem. Is I can remember matches, but I can't remember like overall cards, with the exception of like 17, just because like 17 was top to bottom pretty good.
Yeah. If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna have to have D-Mark involved because that will remembers all.
Matthew said WrestleMania X.
WrestleMania X.
I don't know. I would WrestleManias, because I went back and kind of went on the thing where I was watching, where I said I'm gonna sit down and like watch everyone. When I got to like WrestleMania 3, I was like, hey, I'm tapping out. But I didn't get back.
Those early ones are rough.
But it was like once I got to WrestleMania 13, that's when it really started picking up for me.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've watched them all, but you know how, man, at halftime I can't even remember what I ate for dinner last night.
Like there's a Mania, like because a lot of people point at 9 as being like the worst one, but there's a Mania that's like a one-night tournament, and 90% of the matches are garbage.
That's the one with Macho Man up with the belt.
Yeah. Now there is one or two good matches on that card, but like, and this is probably why they've never went back to the concept of a one-night tournament for WrestleMania. Yeah. But it's not good at all. And granted, like some of that early 80s WWF wrestling is not for me anyway. But
Carnahan said 10 was trash outside of Brett and Owen. I think I remember I watched something on that recently, and the only reason people really say that though is because of the end of the show with the whole Hogan Yokozuna stuff. If I'm remembering correctly.
No, that's 9.
Is that 9?
Yeah, that's 9. That's the one that has the Roman theme, and they're outside where Yokozuna beats
Okay.
Brett. Hulk Hogan runs out and he's like, "Hey,
Brett
Brett."
has the salt in his eyes.
Yeah.
He's like, go ahead.
And
I
Hulk
thought
Hogan's
that
like,
was-
"Hey, Brett,
that was
I'm
the-
going to challenge him for the belt. Would you be mad about that?" And Brett's like,
Okay,
"What?
no,
Really?"
I'm thinking no. The one with him, it opened with Owen and Brett, and then Brett won the belt at the end of the show. Okay,
Yeah,
I got him.
yeah, that's
See,
10.
I told you, my memory's garbage. Yeah,
Because that was because Brett and Luger co-won the Royal Rumble.
yeah.
Because they landed at the same time, but I think it was one of those where they only ever pull off landing at the same time accidentally, like the Rumble where John Cena and Batista landed at the exact same time, and it was not booked to be like that. So Vince came out and he's so pissed off he blew both of his quads out. It was
And
it was
then
a
you
fun
get the
night.
opposite when they did a battle royal where Luke Harper and I think it was AJ Styles were supposed to go out at the same time, and they made sure to not point the camera on that side so you didn't see it.
What's crazy is it's a video clip of Batista telling how that happened. He said, "So you know how to go up for a power bomb when you're the one taking it." He said, "Cena came over so much force it just knocked him off balance."
Oh wow!
It seems very top heavy. I could see that.
Hey, at least we know he jumped.
Yeah, like
no sandbagging.
But like a lot of people are forgetting how big Batista really was. But a lot of people forget how tall he was too.
Yeah, he's like what 6'4", 6'5", something like that.
I think they had him billed at 6'6" though.
Yeah, but it's wrestling terms.
But like you're going like this, going backwards, and then all of you're top heavyweight, and then somebody else's whole body weight, man. Yeah, you flying.
Did y'all catch Backlash?
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to go back and watch it. I saw clips. Yeah,
it was pretty good.
It was okay.
It was a pretty it was a average show elevated by a molten red hot crowd. Like Puerto Rico was very clearly happy to have some wrestling there.
And y'all have to remember Fred looks at this stuff differently than we do. So
I will say though that Bianca and Io stole the show. Like first match killed it.
Yeah,
really.
Mm-hmm.
No, Bailey's pants is what.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say it with me. Yams. But I'm normally not a fan of celebrity matches, but looking at it how we look at it, I appreciate Damian Priest so much more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he apparently too. I read somewhere backstage that pretty much elevated him up on, in the eyes of like management and whatnot. Which it should. Yeah.
I mean, they put him in that tournament. He didn't win it, but they put him in that title tournament that they're doing now with like the 4 triple threat matches.
And like I'm telling somebody, I was like, man, when I first saw him pop up in WWE, because I knew him as Punishment Martinez.
Yeah.
In the Ring of Honor. And I was like, man, when they hired him, I was like, man, they're going to fire my boy in a couple years because he got wrapped up in that whole AEW is started, so we're going to hire everybody. He got wrapped up in that. And I'm glad to see him still there.
Brawl for all Chicago. Yeah, that got like half the roster injured, and the least charismatic guy in the entire federation won it somehow.
They did him so wrong, man.
I still say SmackDown got a steal in the draft. He's gonna be. I hope they use him correctly.
Bart Gunn, me too, man.
No, not Bart Gunn.
Say the name, dumbass.
Steve Blackman.
He can't even remember who the hell he's. You're talking about
Butterbean?
Grayson Waller.
I knew it.
Grayson Beckett. Grayson Beckett got drafted.
No, he's never mind. I can't say what I want to say on here about him.
That's your FGA buddy.
I like Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller, but I don't see a purpose for him being on SmackDown when they have Austin Theory. Because to me, they're the exact same.
Yeah. Oh,
I
would
still
agree.
want to see a promo battle between them two. I want to see it.
There you go. There's the next tag team. Put them two guys together.
Oh,
I feel like
yeah.
I feel like the clock's got to be ticking on Austin Theory. Like he's getting a lot of opportunities, and it's not. I'm not feeling it with him. Like the dude beat Cena at Mania, and it didn't really elevate his stock.
I think well, I don't want to say that. Mania was a bad night for Austin Theory. Because it was evident. Cena was like, "Yeah, man, we're calling in the ring. Don't talk to me." And when they got in the ring, hit your spot. I'ma lay. Go celebrate to the crowd. I'ma lay here, and you can see it all throughout the match where Austin Theory would hit something, and then he'd go do something. And Cena say, "Let me sell," and then Theory be like, "Oh, okay," and then go back to talking to the crowd, and it was all throughout the whole match.
Yeah.
So you said without saying it. Kind of feels like Cena didn't want him necessarily. I don't think Cena wanted that match. Is kind of the impression I got. Because there were some comments he made just a few nights before Mania that he was being interviewed, and it was along the lines of, "Hey man, I'm here to be a company guy, and this is the match they gave me." Yeah. Very much reading between the lines of, if it was my choice, I'd be working somebody else tonight. But
well,
like,
even in the word promo, he told him, "If this doesn't work for you, this is it."
Yeah, they don't have to pipe in cheers and boos for me.
Yeah, I mean, look at this exact thing happened with Baron Corbin a few years ago. Cena was very much like, "You're not ready, and I don't really want to put you over," and he didn't.
I need to see the Lone Wolf back.
Hey, you know what I like to see?
I can't watch. Okay.
That good old leg drop elbow. It's vintage, Gary and Ted.
Gary hates me. Oh, Lord have mercy.
So here's a gimmick for Austin Theory. Vince McMahon comes out and he's got Theory on a leash, and he's just going to walk around on all fours. I think that would work.
If Carnahan's still watching, Vince probably got him bent over the table in the office like he did Sean.
Hi-yo!
Oh, freaking Carnahan.
And speaking of Ken Shamrock, as Will was in the side trying to put over Shamrock, I distinctly remember.
You mean here recently? You mean Al Bundy on steroids?
Oh,
I never made that connection until you pointed that out. But no, I just remember a clip of him working. This is early Shamrock. They put him up against Vader of all people.
Yeah, I seen that again not too long ago.
And you could see the moment of Vader teaching him how to lighten up, because Shamrock's he's not throwing worked punches, he's jabbing the hell out of Vader, and Vader just eats a few of them and then just throws the bear paw and just spit. Like, it's a good sell of Shamrock, but he definitely caught him too. Yeah, just right up against the side of the head.
Hilarious? Is it not hilarious to hear that Vader had to tell somebody to lighten up?
Because I watched him throw people at a weird angle on power bombs on purpose.
Yeah, I've heard that that he could be a dick when he wanted to be. I think it, just like anything else, it was kind of a if he liked you or not kind of situation. Right. It would have been funny if he. It would have been funny if he dropped Hogan on his head, but
one thing about him I did think was dope was he talked so much shit about Ricochet and Will Ospreay, and then when it worked the whole program with Ospreay.
Yeah.
Didn't put him over though.
Nah.
Yeah, but that's a bucket list thing for somebody, Say, I worked Vader and he didn't kill me.
Yeah. If I recall that match correctly, Vader stood in the center of the ring for 90% of it and did very little.
Yeah.
But I mean, granted that he was, that was like one of his very last matches. So,
Yeah.
yeah, he was definitely significantly past his prime then.
Mhm.
Shit, that's a big dude though. Somebody that size doing a freaking moonsault.
I mean,
It's like
the guy.
what was that big fat Samoan hit squad or something like that? Them two big old fat dudes that can do moonsaults and shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Samoan. See, I remember
Samoan SWAT team or something.
they were one of those. They were kind of like the Bushwhackers, where like they were like serious badasses, and then they went to the WWE, and then they were kind of a joke tag team.
They were there to put people over.
So that's what I always hated. Don't get me wrong. I respect the fact that people went there to get money, but you had so many legit people. Like, perfect example. The first example that come to mind is Coco Beware. Like he was an attraction, but they made a joke out of him. But it's a video of him in Memphis where some guy pissed him off and he just beat the hell out that boy.
Yeah, I saw. There's a clip of that floating around somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And Will brought up John Tenta, also a legitimately successful sumo wrestler.
Yeah. He was a lot better than what he got to do, especially when he made his second go around as Golga, the Cartman loving fat guy
from the Oddities.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was a fan of the Oddities. I fucking jammed out to the Oddities, so I ain't gonna lie about that.
Who was the really big guy that couldn't work with a hell?
It was like Kurgan, wasn't he?
That was Kurgan, yeah.
Giant Silva.
Oh, he was worse than Kurgan. Neither one of them were very good though.
He went to Japan and got into like MMA or something over there.
Oh God.
Yeah, he was just so much bigger than everybody, But yeah, like Will said, you look up John Tenta in Japan and in Germany. Yeah, completely different worker. That dude was good.
This is gonna sound weird, but it's two people I always wonder, like, man, what really happened? Bull Buchanan and the kid from the Spirit Squad. That you can obviously tell the Spirit Squad was built to help.
Oh, Kenny Dykstra.
Dykstra.
Like, man, what happened to them?
I don't know. I think Dykstra. I think he, and Bull both. They did some stuff on the indie scene afterwards. But yeah. I think Dykstra didn't he? Wasn't he like? I think he might be like a producer or something.
Yeah, I think he's a producer. But I'm like, what happened while they were in the ring? Like, what happened to the push and what ultimately led them to getting released?
Because the last thing I remember, Bull Buchanan was he was doing the right to censor stuff, wasn't it? Was that one of his last goes?
B Squared was his of that. Yeah,
him and Word Life John Cena was a tag team.
Saying I couldn't remember which one happened before the other. Right to censor legitimately won the war though. So yeah.
Before Right to Censor, Bull Buchanan was teamed up with Big Boss Man, and they were like Proto Shield.
Yep. Now, another name that comes to mind is Luther Reigns. He was a big part of the whole Kurt Angle thing for a minute, and then he disappeared.
I seen something on him not too long ago. I guess apparently he was a little bit difficult behind the scenes, but I don't know. If that was just like whatever I was watching their like opinion thing or whatever.
There's a lot of people from like 04 to 08 WWE that just kind of like flashed and then disappeared. Like Mordecai, he became Kevin Thorne and stuff, but he was one that was just like boom and then gone. Kenzo Suzuki, that dude was U.S. champion, and no one talks about him anymore because he wasn't very good.
Yep. Shine on Hill was one of my favorites from WCW. They transitioned over. Fun fact, that's where Brock stole the F5 from.
That's 100% true. That guy had a awesome gimmick, and they were like, we're gonna stick it with Piper and have Piper get all the heat. And
I like the devil's advocate.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Do.
Yeah.
Carnahan. No, it was Jindrak, not Reigns. That was supposed to be an evolution.
No.
Yeah.
Was it Ginger?
It was.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Mark Jindrak.
There's pictures of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
was
they
Mark-
did the initial evolution suit photo shoot with him before they
Yeah.
decided they wanted Batista instead.
And I think on the documentary, because I remember watching the documentary that they did on it. It was supposed to be Ginger, but him and Randy Orton were like super buddies, and they kept doing stupid shit and kept getting in trouble.
Yeah, that's kind of what I heard on that.
And they knew they wanted to push and build Orton, and then they ended up splitting them up. And then it cut to Batista, and they was talking to him about how he got into it, and he said Triple H and Ric Flair came to him and said, "Look, man, a lot of people here don't really know you like that. We're about to give you a mega push to the moon. We're all about to eat all the TV time, hold all of the championships, control all of the storylines. A lot of people in locker room wise are gonna hate you for this." Batista said, "Dude, I don't give a shit."
Sounds right.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, how many people are gonna try to tell Batista something? You know.
Yeah. Booker T tried to. That's a whole story.
And apparently Booker won from what they were saying.
Really?
I believe it. I believe that Booker could beat the shit out of just about anybody, honestly.
They had an argument and a disagreement. Booker said, "Let's go in this room by ourselves and talk." They went in there, did what they needed to do, and Booker was the one who walked out.
Wow. Okay. Fred finally took off the glasses.
Yeah. My eye was hurting.
Here's another one. Rene Dupree. That was the guy that was supposed to be the next big thing, and then he wasn't.
So it's crazy. When I first started going to Memphis, one of my first house shows, or shows outside of the area they tape, was a show with Chris Masters, and we was talking about some stuff. Rene Dupree was bullied out.
Really?
Oh yeah, you know what? I remember hearing that. Now that you bring that up,
Like a lot of people forget, dude was freshly turned 18 on the main roster, traveling, doing shows at Hardcore Hollywood, singling them out and beating the hell out of them every chance.
I've heard that about him a lot.
oh,
About
Holly. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
The old school mentality.
we was like sitting in like a little circle, and of course, a couple people was like fanboying, but I tried to talk to people like that people, and I was like, man, what was it like for you going in there? Because you was obviously young as hell. He was like, yeah, man, it was me, Renee, and a couple other people that was 18, 19, just turned 20 that got on, and he was like, man, we was the target of all of the older guys, and to hear stories like that, we hear the rumors all the time.
Yeah.
But to hear stories like that from somebody who was actually there, it make you look at certain people that we idolize different.
Yeah, definitely.
that's where that don't meet your heroes saying comes from a lot. Unfortunately, you hear that in wrestling quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like he said, it was a situation. Everybody says Bully Ray is a dick, which I can see.
You can see that easily.
But he said during that situation, it was on a house show to where it was a triple threat tag team match. It was Hardcore Holly and somebody else, the Dudley Boys and La Resistance. Something happened where somebody missed a spot, and Rene Dupree wasn't even involved with it. On the way to the back, Hardcore Holly just picked up something and busted him in the back of the head and accused him for messing up the spot.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
I'm glad that's as I understand it, mostly been phased out of like mainstream wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure there's stuff that still happens from time to time.
Yeah.
But that mentality has changed from
Well, and with the rise of the internet, social media, and stuff like that, like remember, what's his name? Bill DeMott.
Yep.
That's what helped push him out. Because the way he did things, and I mean, people got video of it. People, went online and stuff like that. So,
it's weird because Bill DeMott is the reason that we have, in a weird way of thinking about it, Bill DeMott is the reason that we have Kenny Omega.
Yep.
Because Kenny Omega essentially he's one of the earliest places he was at was OVW,
Yeah.
and he
Down-
hated Bill DeMott.
I thought it was down
And-
south, deep south wrestling, deep south championship wrestling.
Yeah, it was.
It was
It was Deep South, and then it
okay.
turned,
Yeah,
and then it turned into FCW.
Yeah,
that's right.
But they were sending people back and forth to OVW too. Like OVW,
Oh, okay.
like I remember when they sent Big Show back to OVW and said, "Hey man, go get better in the ring and lose weight."
Mhm.
Go lose some weight, you fat bastard.
And this is after, like, he didn't take too kindly to that because the dude has worked main event programs with Hulk Hogan. So,
Yeah.
like, he really I've watched some stuff where he talked about that was like a massive blow to his ego and kind of a wake up moment for him. It's like, hey, you're not going to be able to ride on your size. You need to be able to work too.
I don't know how he's alive after Hogan got out of the monster truck and threw him out. he threw him off the building, man. I watched it.
You know who I don't hear from hardly anymore?
Chris Benoit.
God. Marty the Moth. I don't hear
Marty
from
the
him.
Moth was dope.
Yeah, he was. Marty the Moth was good. He was in AEW for a while.
And for a couple of shows.
Yeah.
But he was just there to put people over. Yeah. I thought in Lucha Underground, I thought his character work was just top notch. But you know me, I love the psychopath dark gimmicks, you know. That's just my thing, you know. I absolutely loved it, you know. Then he started kidnapping people. It was kind of creepy.
What were they called? Like the Rabbit Tribe, the group that
Yeah.
Paul London had. I like them too.
Yeah. And
Did you call him Paul Newman?
Paul London.
Oh, okay.
What I got a
That's
kick out of
that's a
though
different guy.
is they would take like mainstream guys and like Chandler put in here Prince Puma,
Yeah.
Ricochet, but under
Yeah.
a mask, you know, Jeff
Yep.
Cobb under a mask.
Because they were like, hey, we don't want you cutting promos. Put this on, and we're going to let Conan talk, please. Thank you.
Well, it's like
it was also they can control the characters or own the characters.
Mhm.
yeah. Well, it's
Yeah,
like Escobar. He was the hunter guy
Yep.
that
Same
you know
with
he'd always
Shane Strickland.
Trying to
Shane
remember
Strickland
his
was,
name.
Killshot was Swerve.
Yeah, Shane Strickland.
Yeah. I'm talking about Escobar.
Oh yeah, I know that.
I can't remember the name though that they gave him, but he had the red mask. He'd always do the bow and arrow thing, come out with the big deer head. King Cuervo.
Yeah.
Cuervo. Yeah. Good shot.
I can't say his name right. Mortes.
Mil
Mil
Muertes.
Muertes.
Yeah.
Dude, he was dope.
That's Judas Messias.
Yeah, my buddy Jax has worked him before. That's pretty neat.
I miss Lucha Underground.
Oh man, kind of going back to what we talked about earlier, speaking about luchas, about matches that I want to have. Black Taurus would be somebody I would love to have a match with too.
Dude, that dude's been tearing it up, man.
Yeah.
Dude is dope.
And that mask, I don't. That's crazy how he can wrestle in that thing, you know.
Dude, that is as close to we have as somebody wearing the Jaguar mask from Tekken. Is that bull mask that he wears?
It makes me think if Mantar came out today.
I don't know why when I heard Mantar, I instantly thought of Man Bear Pig.
Super cereal, guys.
Oh Lord.
Hold up. Will said Tiger Mask. Which
Yeah.
Tiger Mask?
I know which one he prefers. You know, the one that became a certain somebody that did a move that I like.
Hold on, he was a what? He became a what? The word He ends with the R.
Do what? I lost you for a second.
He became a what?
He's wanting you to say pillar.
He was one of the four what?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh,
Amigos.
dude, he creeps me out. He's scary.
I'm trying to remember what his WWE gimmick was because he was in and out
Kazarni.
pretty quick. Kazarni, that's right.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
wanting
like
to say
one match.
Carnival. And then
Carnival.
Like the whole La Resistance, like bleeped off the radar because Sylvain Grenier, he wasn't there very long, and Rob Conway, despite having amazing music, he didn't last very long either. Just look at me.
I think seeing Bodie get caught up with the Kazarni gimmick, I think he got overshot by Paul Burchill doing the Jack Sparrow impersonation.
Oh, that was hilarious.
That makes sense.
That was around the same. If I'm thinking correctly, that was around the same time, wasn't it?
So the rumor about that is, despite the fact that that gimmick was insanely over, it was canned by Vince because he was like, "Well, this guy looks like a drag queen. This isn't a pirate." And he was thinking of like pirates in the 40s because Vince doesn't watch movies, so he was thinking like he's supposed to be like Errol Flynn, like And so he killed it.
I can hear the conversation that I don't like this pirate thing, but hey, you got that sister though. You two are together.
We got to make sure we do an incest.
She's not. Think of her as your stepsister. True.
Army stepbro.
He was the first guy that did the that backflip rock bottom, whose name I forget. Spanish fly, a standing Spanish fly. Yeah.
Army stepbro. But anyway.
Go out there, get in the middle of the ring, ask her why she's stuck in that dryer.
Fred sitting over here like, I have no idea what y'all are talking about, but I'm gonna laugh. Oh, Lord,
don't get stuck in a dryer around Brian, Fred.
Because he's counting on it.
He's gonna put a cookie right in the end of the dryer, and he's gonna say, "Hey, reach in there, get that cookie."
All right, so we're talking about him and all. I gotta ask, why did Regal was amazing, but he always got stuck with the weirdest tag partners?
Yeah.
I mean, think about Burchill and then Eugene and
Tajiri was my favorite.
Yeah. I mean, it was just always all over the place, but he just made it work. That dude's a genius.
I think that's exactly why. It's the same reason. Like another example of this is R-Truth has had a 1.5 billion tag partners. Same with Dustin Rhodes. It's people who have good comedic timing, and they stick in these tag teams.
Anything more.
Outside of Dustin, though, I don't know how true it is, but it was always a stigma that Vince, if you was a product that wasn't really made by Vince or created by Vince or popularized by the WWE, and you had that fan base before you came in, they were going to do something to kind of water you down or stare you.
Yeah. Well, see, like Will just popped this up with Eaton or Dave Taylor. Yeah. See that's not going along with what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the weird tag partners that didn't it was like the opposite.
I mean, Bobby Eaton was the opposite there, like that.
Yeah, but he kind of conformed into Regal's gimmick. You know what I mean? So that's a little bit different scenario. I'm talking the Tajiris. That felt really good. Tajiri's, Eugene, all those guys. That's what my
Regal,
God.
Like when Tajiri first debuted in WWE, I hated it. But when they finally gave him that match against Crash Holly, it was perfect because they played it up like nobody knew who he was and he could wrestle. He was just a crazy Asian Chinese guy or Japanese guy. And it's a spot where the match starts. Tajiri slingshot some kind of way crashes, ends up on the outside. He goes a slingshot in. Tajiri does that scorpion back kick he does.
Yeah.
The camera cuts to Regal, and Regal has his look on his face like, where the hell did that come from? Despite everybody in the crowd chanting ECW.
Yeah, because I feel like the first month or so that they had Tajiri on TV, he was just like an assistant for Regal. They didn't do anything with him.
Their typical Asian guy.
Yeah, it went on for longer than a month. It was a while.
Indeed.
But it was always it was always, especially when they acquired ECW and WCW. The only person who really, I feel like the only person who really flourished was Booker T. everybody else out there that had a job and they were making their money and they were able to create careers and maintain their careers. The only one who kind of really dug his way out of this shuffle during that time for me was Booker T. But he did like everybody else. He just showed up, did what he needed to do, and kept it moving.
Yeah, he didn't end up like being the ultimate burial like DDP.
Yeah.
He had one of the biggest stars in
That's-
the making, and they turned him into a stalker, which made no sense.
But see, he was getting over with the whole gimmick with Christian. Hey man, don't worry about it. Just smile. He was
later on, yeah.
But it was like, man, but he had that. DDP was one of those talents to where no matter what you did with him, us as fans respected him for what he did elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to get Will credit. I think Rob Van Dam also kind of
he did
kind of made his own little spot in WWE eventually.
He did.
Well, guys, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's getting close to 10 o'clock. It's close to my bedtime. So go ahead with what you had to say before I shut this shit down.
Man, I've had my meds and I'm on the cloud. So,
but yeah, we've been going about an hour and 45 minutes. So I think we're gonna call it a night. Appreciate everybody that watched. You have more patience than I do.
Peace out.
So, all right, everybody. What? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. All right, everybody have a good night.
Peace.